What is up? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Richie Rich.
And this is Chang.
And today we're bringing a special guest, my man Jamal, straight from the States. Been here for about a month. We'll talk to Jamal and see how things are going with him out here in the Philippines. But before we do,
Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated on our latest videos.
be sure to leave your comments, because you know we like to read them and we always respond.
Yes.
And in this video, I'm sure there's going to be bloopers.
Well, you got two already.
Yeah, I know. It's, half of it's me, though. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Ching, kick the intro, and let's go. Rolling by trike. Here we go. All right, so my man,
Yes.
talk to us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you, how long you've been here, what you're doing here, all of that. Give it to us.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I pulled the trigger. I'm one of those people that just basically gave away everything, and came over here.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I'm in the process of getting my SRRV,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully in about a week it should be complete.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy about that.
I heard those don't take that long. They get them done
It
pretty
takes-
quick.
Yeah, it takes about a month from start to finish if you have all the papers.
Yeah, if everything's done right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a very, very positive process.
Okay. What is it that made you decide, hey, I'm moving to the Philippines, damn it? What made you pull the trigger? What made you do it?
I'll tell you what, I'm a born and bred New York.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Yeah. All my life. I was in the military about 15 years. And I traveled a lot all over. New York really didn't feel like home anymore.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm in the retirement stage where I just want to go somewhere where I could relax, don't have to worry about many headaches, and hopefully find the right one. You know, unfortunately with New York, it's all about me, what I can do. They got a bunch of websites like how much you can pay,
Right.
Wow.
sugar daddy.
It's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
As for the Philippines, you know, the beaches, the culture, the 7,000 plus islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, the U.S. dollar goes far.
Mm-hmm.
The rent, the transportation. I mean, when they say you can live like a king, you can,
Yeah.
but you also have to be mindful of your money.
You do. You do.
Because
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying
have
that. Yeah.
to. So some things that look like they are cheap may not be.
Right.
So that's the other thing that people just need to realize.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, Jamal, so you already said, why did you come to you answered our question, why did you come to the Philippines? But how long have you been in the Philippines? Like, how long?
I came February 6th, so basically a month. Right now I'm residing in Makati, and I really, really like this area.
Jamal's our neighbor.
Yeah, I really like this. With the restaurants, with just the whole way of life. Where I'm staying at, there's basically 4 bodegas, you know, that are in walking distance.
Right.
Yeah.
24 hours, you know, I have a mall that's right across the street.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I could never afford something like this in the States.
Right.
Can't do
It'll
it.
be tough. It'll be tough.
Yes. And on top of that, the amenities, you know, with the pool, the gym, and everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm afraid to tell you how much I was paying,
Right.
you know, in New York.
So you basically have everything you need where you're living.
I do. I wish I would have done it sooner. Put it that way.
People say that a lot. Like, I should
I
have done this a long time ago.
You know,
Yeah.
I know that change is scary,
Mhm.
you know, for a lot of people. But sometimes you just got to, you know, do your research, and sometimes you got to jump out there.
Right.
You know,
So you've been here for a month. What places in the Philippines have you been to so far?
I went over to the casino and I was like, hey, I'm feeling this.
Right, right.
Basically, only in the surrounding area did I venture out to.
Mm-hmm.
But I plan to do a lot of visiting,
Okay.
you know, especially how cheap the flights, you know, like from here to Cebu or, you know, Mindanao or, you know, it's you can't beat it.
It's tough to beat.
I tell you one thing that shocked me was that from the airport to where I'm at cost me like 320 pesos.
Right.
And this was something like a 35 minute to 40 minute drive in a cab. In the States, that would have been way over $50.
$6. About $6.
About $6 here.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you need a car? No.
You don't.
You don't.
I
Unless
never
you're in the
understand.
outskirts.
Yeah, I never understand why people come here and buy a car. I mean, maybe if they got kids or something, but you don't need a car.
Yeah, it's not really practical.
Yeah, it's not. I still might would buy a motorbike. I might would get a motorbike instead, though.
Yeah, I think motorbike is more practical than
way more practical.
So, Jamal, what are the best things that you've experienced so far while here in the Philippines?
Ooh, I'll tell you what, the food is excellent. There are some places where it may not be what to your liking.
Okay.
But that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
The movie theater,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how awesome it was.
Yeah, it's good.
The layback seats, and the
Yeah.
whole 9 yards. Some of the prices that I pay for things, you know, I almost feel kind of guilty. I give you an example. I use the local like laundromat drop off
Yes.
for a load of clothes. The guy charged me 120 pesos. That's basically like $2
Yeah.
for a load of clothes. Clothes came up perfect,
Folded.
smelling nice,
Yeah,
folded.
pristine, right?
And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I ain't done my clothes. Yeah, I
You know,
send them out every time.
that's cheap. You know,
Compared to anything you could do at home,
yeah,
it doesn't compare. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, $4 to get your clothes washed, dried, pressed, folded, and sent back to you. Yeah.
You can't beat it.
You can't beat that. Okay, so here's the question everybody's going to do. Here's a question everybody's going to want to ask. You've been here for a month. Are you looking for Mrs. Right?
I am eventually, but it's not something I'm going to rush. You know, I was married before.
Uh-huh.
What I did was I got my divorce papers. I got that apostilled, and I brought it over here.
Right.
So if that time comes where I find somebody, then I don't have to worry about, oh, I need to go back to the States.
Right, right, right.
You know, I have that.
It's all taken care of.
It's already taken care of. I decided to at least wait for a certain amount of time to see if, you know, I meet somebody walking around or something like that. But if not, then, you know, I might, you know, jump on the dating line. But that's not going to be my first
Exactly.
cup of tea. It's different for everybody. But since I'm here,
You ain't got no rush. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're here already.
yeah.
Exactly.
So it happens, it happens.
Right. Okay.
Do I want to get married and settle down? Yeah, I do.
Right. You want a kid? You want to have kids?
I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it. I'm in a state where I'm in a retired state. So having kids will like disturb that flow.
Yeah.
It really will. But if it happens, it happens. Now, if a woman has kids, it doesn't bother me at all because that kid is part of her.
Right, right, right.
So if I'm going to love her, I'm going to love everything about her.
Right,
So that's how I look at it.
right.
So, Jamal, so far, what are the not so good experience that you have here in the Philippines?
I really can't say that I have any, except for the, like, when I was coming from the airport, you know, I told a person where I wanted to go, and he was like, oh, well, 1,000 pesos, 1,000 pesos. But I was already hipped on the game, and I was like, no, that's okay.
Right.
You know,
That's where watching our channel or somebody else's channel put you up on game. Yeah.
yeah. Because I'll tell you what, if you're not up on game, they will get
They'll
you.
get you.
Yeah.
They'll get you. Yeah.
But I mean, you have scammers all over the place.
Right, for sure.
You know, that's just part of life, no matter where you go. You know, a lot of people come and they only thinking about what can I do, what can I get.
Right. Right.
You know, and it's like take, but you got to remember that none of us do it alone.
Right. Right.
You know, and anyone that says, well, you know, I can stand on my own, that's a big lie.
You ain't gonna make it.
You know, we all get help
You need
from
somebody.
someone or something, you know, from up above, all throughout our lives.
So since you've been here, have you encountered any language barriers or any problems with the language or any miscommunications or anything like that?
I'll tell you what, watching your channel, one of the things that I did notice, which was kind of, you know, was rubbing me kind of the wrong way, was that the place that I was staying at, you know, like, if I go to the mall, I say hi, people friendly, hey, how you doing? You know, good day. But like when I was on the elevator at the place where I reside, and you know, someone gets in the elevator, I said, you know, good day, or you know, have a good night, and they just look at me like I'm not even there.
Yeah, why are you talking about that?
So it was like things like that. I was like, maybe they're having a bad day,
Right?
You know. But then it was like, since I've been here, only 3 people actually responded back. I had to ask my Filipino friend over here,
right,
for her to explain to me exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
You can't assume anything,
right?
You know, some things you're just not gonna know.
Yeah, you gotta ask. You gotta ask and find out.
You have to. So I would tell anybody you coming over here, if somebody does something that which is unbecoming to you, don't get your panties in the twist.
Right.
Sometimes it's just maybe just a miscommunication.
Misunderstanding sometimes. Yeah. You might not even understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jamal. So how do you compare the lifestyle that you have here compared to the lifestyle that you have at home?
Well, I threw that lifestyle away, put it that way. So I came here for good. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to go and visit, but I look at that as my old life and this is my new life. And I am loving it. I'm truly loving it.
So you're like born again.
Yeah.
In a different country.
In a different way, but yeah. I would encourage anybody, if you have the possibility, do it. But that's something that you got to have a heart-to-heart talk with yourself on. Right. Is this for me? For most people, you should come over here, check it out.
Thank you. I was going to
say, you know, me, I'm a little different. Right. You know, I'm an old soldier. So, you know, picking up, moving on, and making the best of what it is just part of life. But for everyone else, their mentality is not that. And especially if things don't go your way, or if you're expecting that, well, I like it this way, I like it that way, you got to retrain your brain.
Yeah. You're going to have to open your mind. You got to open your mind.
Because if you don't, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life.
Yep.
No matter where you go.
So since you've been here, have you connected with any other expats? You got any folks in the building? Have you made any other friends? Met other cats from home or from other places?
Yeah, I have met a lot of expats, you know, in passing.
So Jamal, can you imagine yourself living or retiring here in the Philippines?
That's what I'm doing. Now.
Not later.
Not later. Now. Basically, I gave away all the stuff that I had, except for 2 bags and my speakers and stereo equipment. But besides that, yeah.
That's it.
So you're going to start a new life here in the Philippines.
Yeah. If I'm going to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, things are not going to go.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do something, you have to do it 100%.
Yeah.
Once I'm established, if I want to go back to the States, go and visit, then I can go ahead and do that. Not only do I see the Philippines as my home, but it's my gateway to the rest of Asia. You know,
for sure.
The rest. I mean, if I want to go to India, if I want to go to, you know, Hong Kong, Singapore, Cambodia, Thailand, you know, New Zealand or Australia, you know, this is a place to be. And I plan to do a lot of traveling.
So this is like home base for you.
This is home. This is home. And I'll tell you what, I'm not even trying and I'm happy. You know, when I was back home,
it's a struggle, bro.
You know, it is a struggle. And not only that, it's dirty. New York is dirty.
Dirty.
I put it like this. When I was over in Germany, the streets were so clean that you could eat off of it. There are, you know, you're going to have your high-end places. You're going to have your low-end places. That's just part of life. But
What's the advice that you can give to like foreigners who would wish to retire, maybe not in the Philippines, but who would want to follow what you just did?
cross all your T's and dot all your I's. Meaning that if you have anything that's outstanding or anything that's going to be an issue, handle it. Take care of it. Nip it in the bud. So, you know, make those plans, but also look and make sure that you have everything that you need before you make that leap.
Mm-hmm.
But know why you're making that leap. You know, because it's like, if you're not convinced on this is the best thing for you, no one else can tell you.
Right.
You know, for me, the lifestyle, you know, the money, which goes very far.
Mm-hmm.
I eat out basically every day.
Right.
Not every day, but most every day at nice restaurants. And I'm able to save money.
Can still save money, right? Yeah.
I put it like this. I do everything that I want to and then some, and still pay less than what I'm paying. Used to pay rent. I'm happy.
That's what's up. If
I wake up, I know I'm blessed. So if that doesn't tell you something,
right,
I don't know what will.
Right. So Jamal, we really want to thank you for having us for dinner. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're here at the Texas Roadhouse, and I gotta tell you, if you're in Makati, I'm gonna give a shout out. If you're in Makati and you're at the Shangri-La Mall, come to the Texas Roadhouse. Not only was the food good, but the service, and I don't say this too many times. Y'all know I don't say this about too many places in y'all know I don't say this about too many places in Manila. The service is immaculate. It's absolutely immaculate. Come here, have some food, check out the service. It's on here.
Yeah, just a little correction. It's in Mandaluyong, not in Makati.
Sorry.
Yeah.
In Mandaluyong. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Yeah. They do it right. They do it how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, so if you want to look at it, 6th floor, Shangri-La Mall.
Yeah,
Just a little promotion.
Exactly. Jamal, once again, we really want to thank you for coming out, for having us out. And hopefully this will not be even close to the last time we get together and do some stuff. We talked about traveling. You know I like to travel. So we might need to get down together and do some stuff. So we appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is not Jamal's fault because he met us. Remember when we tell our subscribers, if you don't meet us, that's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So we're fresh. Me and Rich, fresh from Orani, Bataan. We just did a Spartan 10K trail. And of course, you guys, we did it. We got a medal.
We get down. It was easy peasy.
A lot of guys answered, we can't make it in one piece.
Yeah, we said we'll come. We might not make it home.
Alive.
Yeah, so. All right, so let us know what you think about our interview with Jamal. If you're interested in getting in touch with Jamal, if you want to hook up or hang out with Jamal, we'll put his contact information in our description so you can give him a shout out or meet him in our live stream because he pops in and out of the live streams too.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Listen, I'm about a week away from getting my SSRV completed. The people that I used was Rosemary and Thelma. Thelma was the one that actually walked me through the steps, took me places to get everything processed. She's wonderful. I know that you probably heard those names before, but they're the legit individuals that work at yes, because they're the ones that work over at the PRA. Everything was just smooth. So if you want to ask me questions about everything that I went through, hey, listen, call me and we can talk. And I could, put you down to the individuals that put me on it. Okay.
And again, we'll leave Jamal's details, his contact information in our description below. So if you need to contact him, if you have a question for him, you can always holler at him. What is up? Welcome. Oh, hold, let me do that again.
Oh, see?
I know.
That's one right there.
In the meantime, and between time, don't forget, if you like this video, we got a whole bunch of other videos that are just as good, if not better. So check those out too.
Well, Jamal want to do this with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it
I saw him
again.
with the finger, right?
Yeah, let's do it again.
We'll do it
Ready?
one more time,
3, 2, 1.
And be sure to hit the like and subscribe. And
I did that.
You did that?
But sometimes you just got to, do your research, and sometimes you have to jump out there.
Right.
How
is there barking dogs in the mall?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Real quick, we need to do we need to shoot something beforehand. We need to do the Spartan thing, like.
Actually, it'd be nice if y'all like some mud. No, I'm talking about, like you take your shirt and wrap it around your head.
Right.
Like you just came through the mud.
Right, we should have took some of that chocolate, huh?
Yeah.
Spin it around, right.
But anyway. Ready?
Yeah, go
3, 2, 1. So we're fresh from Orani, Bataan. We just did the Spartan 10K. One more time, sorry. A lot of guys answered we can't make it in one piece.
Yeah, we said we'll come. We might not make it home.
Alive.
Yeah, but we're back. We're back in the mix, and
we're back
in the mix. In the meantime, if you like this video, we got a whole bunch of other videos that are just as good, if not better. So check those out too. I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Cheng.
Deuces.
We're out.